had gotten to a point whereby in my career I just needed something different. And for some context, I studied engineering and I kind of ventured into project management by chance. And for me, at least the role models I saw back then were people who were in like project management. So I could visualize myself in that field. But I think for the most part, I'd say for the first 6, 7 to 8 years of my career, most of the jobs I was getting were like from referrals. So it'd be like, oh, Adeola, you do speak to this person, does XYZ. And I'd have like one chat with them and get the job. But then every time I would apply for like, I'd say like a more structured position where I'd have to do like an assessment center, I'd have to do like a couple of interviews, case studies, all of that. I would typically progress, but then I would never get offered the job. So I was like scared that that could never be me in a million years. So I think I had gotten to a point in my career where I knew what I could offer and what my market value was. And I just thought, why shouldn't I like put in the efforts to, try for these big jobs in quotes where I'd actually have to prove myself through the interview stages? Because to be honest, like interviewing it's hard. It's hard. No matter how advanced you get in your career, it's always something strained. I think initially, when during interviews and people ask you, oh, what are your salary expectations? I used to always make that mistake to say, okay, I want XYZ. But I learned one that you should wait a bit and say, okay, what is the budget? And if you hear whether it's within your goal, or you hold on to that and then discuss at a later stage. And that really empowered me because then so that when you get to the final stage, the ball is in your court. It's not someone trying to lowball you. And that's something that I've experienced in the past and you've also experienced it in the past. And I think one of the things, especially as women and as Africans, we were always so humble and so thankful and be like, thank you. Oh my God, I'm so thankful. But you don't know what your counterparts from other regions or other gender are earning. They're probably earning maybe twice because they were just being audacious. Meanwhile, you were just like grateful. So I think that was a big eye opener for me. And I'm a huge advocate for negotiation. So even at the final stage, when they shared the amazing offer, and it was great at the end of it, no matter how great the offer is, there's always more. I've been in a position before where you've gotten a job and you're not even anything close to what other people are earning. It's a really horrible feeling because you just feel like you've put in so much work, you're so excited about the job, but they're not paying you commensurate to like what your worth should be. Having that walk away number and knowing that it's not the end of the world. If this company cannot give you what you want, there are 10 other companies that can do that. And just having the patience and the grit to stay true to that and not just taking the first thing that comes. I think that was one of the biggest things for me. What this program really taught me was to put it out there and just, ask, like, never be afraid. It really helped me, move from a job where I was I'd say underpaid for my level and for my experience to a much better like company, a much better pay and even a much better role because now I'm now managing people as opposed to being an individual contributor. I really appreciated is that you were always present. Even after my program had run out, my interview process was for a long period, but you were still there. You would get on calls with me. You still send me resources and send emails. And I really appreciated that. Even like while I was preparing for the interviews, you break it down and say, okay, this and this is what you should look at.